I've edited over 20 LEGO Star Wars videos, and I had a lot of fun editing them, and I decided I wanted to rank all of them, because while I was editing these over time, I realized I like editing most of these episodes, but some of them I don't, and I want to rank them. Now, to clarify, I'm not ranking them based off of the original source, like the movies, but rather how well TT Games parodied them, while also the enjoyment of editing them. Because, like I said, while I was editing these, I noticed that I kind of dreaded editing a couple of them, while some of them I really looked forward to. And I'll explain what I mean as I go through this video, but for right now, with that ground rule out of the way, I feel like I should mention last place here.
I'm Rey Skywalker.
Coming in last place, we have The Rise of Skywalker, the LEGO version of it. It's maybe confusing to say, but the LEGO version of The Rise of Skywalker is last place. And the reason why it's last, I mean, it's not a big surprise. The actual source material itself, the actual film, isn't the best. And so, it would make sense that the LEGO version wouldn't be good either. And for my sake, you know, on top of that, I'm looking over the same footage over and over again, the same cutscenes, and the actual film is a nothing burger. The LEGO version of it is a nothing burger. So editing it over and over again, looking at the same footage over and over again, is so repetitive, and it goes to a point where I changed the way I made the videos. So probably like in the beginning, I just did it chronologically from episode 1 to episode 9, but because I just hate editing The Rise of Skywalker so much, it's just such a nothingness, and it's just so tedious to do, because it's just nothing. So I decided to do that first, just get it over with, and it's made making these videos so much more easier and fun, because getting rid of the thing that I hate the most first, doing it first, is so good. The best part of it is the ending, because it's over. Like the Battle of Exegol, I like that, because that's when everything comes together, and it's actually, like, over then, you know? So, I don't like editing Rise of Skywalker. It's just, after a while, it was just not fun.
And this is Star Killer Base, the weapon that destroyed the Hosnian system. Hang on. This thing's 4K.
Coming in 8th place, we have LEGO The Force Awakens. Not LEGO The Force Awakens from 2016. No, the Skywalker Saga. Look, it's confusing, but number 8 is The Force Awakens. The reason I'm putting it here is because it's kind of similar to The Rise of Skywalker, where it's just a linear story, so you're just looking over the same footage over and over again. But the thing that was most difficult for me was the beginning part on the Battle of Jakku, because there is no main character to focus on. It kind of bounces around like 4 different characters. So that's very difficult for me, but after you get past that, it's good, it's cool. But the highlight of The Force Awakens is the voice actor for Han. He is great. He's the only reason why I enjoy editing it. Like I said, it's a linear story, so you're just watching the same thing over and over again, but the voice actor for Han, or old Han, well, it's the same for young Han, but he's great in the role of Han, and I wish to see him in other roles, because he's just so great. There's no dread like The Rise of Skywalker. I actually do like The Force Awakens thanks to the voice actor of Han. It's just, once he shows up, it's pretty cool. Once, Han eventually does die, but it doesn't matter, because by that point, it's basically over, so it doesn't matter. But I enjoyed The Force Awakens, but it's just, the beginning of it was difficult to edit for me.
Take that ridiculous thing off.
Coming in 7th place, we have The Last Jedi. And you may say, well, why isn't The Force Awakens above The Last Jedi? Well, for me, The Last Jedi is interesting to edit, because you have different plot lines. You have an A plot and the B plot. The C plot with Poe is, like, just ignored, which is fine by me. But you have Rey, Kylo Ren, and Luke's storyline for the A plot, and the B plot's Finn and Rose on Kingdom Bite, and you also have, like, the Resistance stuff. Now, depending on what I'm editing, like, if it's more Force-related, it's gonna be to Luke, Rey, and Kylo Ren. But if it's more Blaster-related or Trooper-related, then it's gonna be more towards, the regular troopers and, those characters. And so it makes it really interesting to edit, because, I don't know what I'm gonna get. It's a different outcome. I can actually skip parts of the cutscenes. I can actually skip sequences, and I won't miss much. I can just scroll past it, vaguely skim through it to see if there's anything that I missed, because I skim through a lot of stuff just to make sure I don't miss anything. any hidden stuff, and 99% of the time I, catch stuff if I do that, but there's a couple of examples where I kind of miss stuff, but, you live and learn, but 99% of the time I'm on it with just skimming through it. But for The Last Jedi, I can do that, because, depending on what it is, I can do that, but for the most part, I can. So that's why I put Last Jedi above the other sequel trilogy films, but the bottom 3 are sequel trilogy. So that means that, TT Games did their best with it, Number 6 is going to The Phantom Menace, only because of Jar Jar. For some reason, TT Games were like, let's make Jar Jar the most annoyingest character ever. And he is. Now, some of you may not agree with that, but when you're editing these videos over and over again, you notice that Jar Jar is just annoying. And he's only annoying for like one part, I think in the middle portion of the game. Because towards the end, it's not as bad. Well, maybe to me it's not as bad, but maybe he's still annoying, because, doing this over and over again, I get used to stuff, but Jar Jar being annoying in the middle part of the game with the cutscenes it's not fun. But other than that, it's good. We're at a point where I only have minimal problems with it from here on out. Watching them over and over again is cool, it's fun, and that's the only thing I have a problem with, because you kind of have to deal with Jar Jar being annoying, because in the actual film he's not that annoying all the time, but he is in the game.
Leia's my sister?
Your insight serves you well.
Number 5, we have Return of the Jedi. Now the problem I have, or what makes it difficult to edit Return of the Jedi, is the Jabba part. Like the entire thing on Tatooine, it's annoying to edit because there's a lot of aliens, there's a lot of cuts in it, and it's a lot of the parts where I have to stop and freeze frame. More specifically in the sail barge, when the characters are leaving the sail barge, depending on who I'm following, I gotta have to see small blobs to make sure that I get them all. Okay, every last second counts, and even before that, there's all these aliens, depending on what I'm doing, go frame by frame to make sure I'm not missing anything. But after that point, it's really good. And the reason I'm putting it over to Phantom Menace is because the rest of the cutscenes are really good, and don't really cause much of an issue.
If I may say so, sir,
Punch it! Not him, the Falcon.
Number 4, we have The Empire Strikes Back, and that sounds weird to say because usually Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars film, but for TT Games, there's one little annoying thing that I have a problem with, because most of it is good and it's fine. It's your standard, just level in terms of how I edit them, but in terms of one section when, the Millennium Falcon part, when you're in space, it's tedious because the way they made the cutscenes, that they have the inside of the ship, then they do the exterior, do interior, exterior, interior, exterior, and they do that for the entirety of the cutscene. That part of the cutscene is interior, exterior, and it's annoying. And so depending on what it is, like I'm following Han, for example, I have to follow Han, then it cuts outside, fast forward, go back, watch the rest of the scene, then it cuts again outside, and it's an annoying thing, but it's not a big deal because it's not that long, but it's more of an inconvenience,
Yes, that's... No, I don't know. Aha!
Coming in number 3, we have A New Hope. Now, A New Hope is not bad, any stretch of the imagination, it's not. Yeah, there's a couple of annoying bits with, Darth Vader, that is, a really long scene of him just, I know it's a joke and all, but, doing the videos over and over again, editing them over and over again, like I keep saying, it gets annoying, but it's not that bad. There's a little joke even prior to that, literally, I think, the scene prior, where they do this stupid joke where all the characters hide in plain sight. It's one of those things that's stupid, but once you kind of get past that, even prior to it, it's it doesn't matter. There's nothing that affects negatively, I don't care to make it bad. It's just a really solid, good video to edit. There's nothing in the way that makes it difficult, nothing annoying. It's a good time, and I really like editing A New Hope because it's really cool. Number 2, we got Attack of the Clones. Now you may say, why Attack of the Clones? Well, that number 1, like these two are very special. I'm going to explain number 1 a little bit, but number 2, you know, Attack of the Clones is special because I can use my creativity to rearrange the footage, because Attack of the Clones has Obi-Wan subplot and Anakin subplot, and in the cutscenes, the way they're ordered, the way the game is structured, you do all the Obi-Wan stuff first. You do all the Obi-Wan stuff first, then you do Anakin stuff next. So, but because there's watching the cutscenes and not the gameplay, I reorganize the cutscenes, make it as close to film as possible, and it comes out pretty well. Especially in my Jedi only video, that's just really cool, seeing it like that in chronological order, or as close as possible that could be, because obviously it can't, because it's not the entire film. Not every scene is there, but I can get close enough. And that's why I really like editing Attack of the Clones. Yeah, it's a pain to reorganize the footage depending on what it is, but I do have a guide. You know, my Jedi video, I use like a guide to help me organize everything, where I put everything chronologically, so I never forget. But the reason why it's second place compared to the first one, compared to the first place, is because I only edit the middle portion, because that's where the scenes sort of split up in the game. But you know, the beginning and ending is just linear, so there's nothing special about that. But it's still very good.
Hello there.
Number 1, we have Revenge of the Sith. And the reason why I put Revenge of the Sith at number 1 is because, similar to Attack of the Clones, I reorganized the cutscenes to make them in the order how it was in the movie. Because one thing I don't like about the cutscenes in Revenge of the Sith when I first played the game was that they do this, the trope where they go back in time like 2 different times. You know, and it gets annoying. Like, at the end of the Obi-Wan level, because the second level of the game is the Obi-Wan level, and then we have the Order 66 scene. Then up we go back in time to Anakin's subplot to catch up to that point in time. Then it's like, oh, we'll finally get to that point in time. It's like, we're going back in time again to Yoda's subplot. And that's where the story continues. But because this is only the cutscenes, I get to reorganize it in one cohesive story. And not only that, after that point, it does get linear again, but very temporarily, because there's a final battle with Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Palpatine. Those 2 battles happen at the same time. But in the game, because you can't do both at the same time, you do Yoda's first, then Anakin, Obi-Wan. But because, like I said, it's just cutscenes, I can just combine them both together. But the Anakin Obi-Wan fight you don't really see a lot of it in the cutscene, unfortunately, but for Yoda and Palpatine you do. So I basically just have the start of Anakin and Obi-Wan's, when they start fighting, then I do Yoda and Palpatine, the entirety of it, then the end result of Anakin and Obi-Wan's fight scene. That's what I do. There's a lot more, like, real editing I have to do. It's not just cutting the clips together and, you know, filtering out what I need. No, I'm actually reorganizing the footage to make it as close to Revenge of the Sith as possible. Because personally, I don't like the way they organized it. I understand why they did it, but I just personally did not like the way they, you know, TT Games did that, but I made it better in my editing. You know, my version of the game. And that's why it's number 1, because I had the free range to do that. Will I milk the Skywalker Saga for all it's worth? That's it. I did my ranking video, and that's it. I'm done with this game on this channel. Maybe I'll return to it at some point. I don't know, because the reason why I stopped is because things were getting too repetitive. I couldn't figure out how to make this more unique, because I could do every individual character I could, but would that be good to watch? Because you're only watching the same cutscenes over and over again, and trying to binge watch it would be really annoying. I try to make every video as different as possible, you know, the different angles, the different things in Star Wars, and I think I did a pretty good job with that, and I hope you enjoyed watching them. Or if this is the first video you're watching, go watch the Skywalker Saga videos I did. There's an entire playlist on my channel you can watch, from the very first one I did to the very last one. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, and go now. So goodbye, everyone.